Welcome back to episode 4 of season 2 of Stirring the Pot. The boys are back in the studio, and we're sitting here around the square table. We got Dom.
What's up?
RJ.
How we doing?
John.
I feel like that Michael Scott quote of where he's like, no question about it, I am ready to take it hurt again. Because the Jets play football this weekend, and I'm going to be in pain.
Oh, yeah. And we've got Mr. Loyalty over here, Gabe, running the board.
I mean, I like John's jersey. I mean, the Aaron, so he'll be burning that by week 2.
Let's go,
Aaron.
Aaron.
He'll never play a snap in this jersey.
Great week of football this week.
Yeah, let's go, Aaron. And Dom is very correct with that statement. We have a great week of football
Very
coming
excited.
up.
Very excited.
Dom is so happy because
I'm hand signaling this.
Before we get into the main part of what we want to talk about to start off this episode, Dom, where are you going this weekend?
I am going to Ohio University Bobcat game to see South Alabama play. And I will get to see my glorious king, Gio Lopez, sling the ball. And he will have a great time.
Dom, I have a question. I've got to brought this up to Connor. Before you made him legendary in your rebuild, what overall was he in?
72.
No, he's actually really good. I recommend you play him
What
on
overall was he when you started your franchise?
What
overall was he when you started his franchise?
He was like 70s.
Yeah.
But he's a scrambler, left-handed scrambler.
So basically imagine Tua in college if he had one leg. That's Gio Lopez.
So Tua in the NFL.
Yeah, so Tua in the NFL. Yeah. All right, and I think that's a great place to start this episode as we go into, oh my Lord, Mike Norvell, what are you smoking, man? 0-2 Florida State out of the rankings? What is happening down there?
I think they're the first team to fall out of the poll after being in the top 10 since Michigan in 2007 when they lost to App State, I want to say.
It's tough times in Tallahassee if any of you English majors out there know about alliteration. Tough times in Tallahassee down there. It's not looking good for Florida State. Starting week 0 with a loss to Georgia Tech, obviously, who are now ranked, that we will talk about later. But at home, losing to the mighty Boston College. How do we feel about that?
That's 27th ranked Boston College.
Wait, 27? They jumped to 27.
I mean, they're coached by Ohio State legend Bill O'Brien. So.
Oh, and also shout out Dino Tomlin, Mike Tomlin's son on that team.
I mean, Houston Texans legend Bill O'Brien.
DeAndre Hopkins for pennies.
Anyway,
getting back to topic, I think if you're Florida State, or even just like the brass of Florida State, you're concerned bad. I don't really know. Even if Mike Norvell is having to apologize for the fan base on behalf of the team, you know that's bad. Coaches are not supposed to do that. And you're having alumni like Jalen Ramsey on X.
Just going to say.
He's like, he said something like he's like disappointed or it's embarrassing or something along those lines. Good luck trying to get some NIL money to try and rebuild this team because it's not good.
Well, RJ, I think they'll be doing, endorsements would be doing more money to fix this team.
Yeah.
Because that, apparently, money can solve your problems, and paying DJU $5 million probably.
Yeah, they got to do what Clemson does best. Call the boosters up. Get some money. Because God knows they're not using it in the transfer portal.
You know the sad part about this game? There was a lot of give-me's on the offense for Florida State that maybe make a comeback or at least have some more points on the board. But we just see DJ Ugalegally just completely underthrow the ball. I mean, me and Connor watched it live. He underthrew the ball, interception, nearly pick 6. I mean, this guy's got to get it together. You're already out of the national championship, buddy. Should probably, I don't know.
Yeah, hey, Dom, are you going to talk into the mic so we can hear you?
Oh, my apologies.
Mind you, this is the DJ Ugalegally that was highly recruited and recruited over C.J. Stroud. That is a very true fact, and that is a very sad fact.
It's hilarious.
A few takeaways from this game. Thomas Castellanos might be a name to watch at quarterback.
I was impressed. I was watching the film, and I'm like, wow, okay. Hey, he's getting 87 QBR. Hey, slinging the ball, not throwing a pick, 2 touchdowns, and getting it done.
Dude, he's like Kyler Murray without an arm.
Mind you, he did only get 16 passing attempts, but he went 10 for 16 for 156 yards, and he looked electric on the ground.
Oh no, he's a running back playing quarterback.
Yeah,
I will give him credit. 10 for 16, it's pretty good.
It's a good completion.
JJ McCarthy would be proud.
Oh yeah, but One stat that I want to go before we head on to talking about last week's games that we covered. Boston College outran FSU, a team that is usually known for their running backs, 263 yards to 21.
Yeah, I was going to say
21 total rushing yards for Florida State on 16 carries.
as much as I think that comes back to the fact that FSU's defense has just sold. They can't get off the field. They're on the field like almost the entire game. Against G Tech, it was that second quarter where they were like the offense was on the field for like a minute. And then this game, I thought about there's a 14-play, 71-yard drive that chewed 9 minutes off the clock. And when your offense is only on the field for like a quarter of the game really, and your quarterback just cannot throw the ball downfield, it's an ugly way to play football. It does not look good.
That's an Andrew masterclass. What are you talking about?
It is an Andrew masterclass, but there is one name from Florida State rushing the ball that I am very shocked has done absolutely nothing in this past game against Boston College. Lawrence Toafili. I don't know what's happening because he was a name to watch, and he was kind of like my highlighted player against Georgia Tech. I was watching. I'm like, okay, maybe next game he'll ball out and he'll beat Boston College. 1 carry for 5 yards. 1 carry.
That's
I don't understand it. You're having DJ throw the ball 42 times. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't understand. At least from my perspective, I don't understand it.
And I did say last week that I thought FSU was going to ramp it up with their pass game. They were going to try and do a little bit of a different scheme. They didn't work. And why are you getting probably your best playmaker on the field in Toafili? 1 carry. 1.
Didn't he score a touchdown against Georgia Tech to open the season?
Yes. And that's when I thought the game was over. I was like, yep, 29-yard rushing touchdown. Yeah, it's gone.
Do you want to know who led the team in carries? DJ.
It's probably because he got sacked.
Yeah. Oh, DJ, 8 carry. And guess what? No positive yardage.
Bang.
-5 yards.
Play that Justin Fields special right
This
there.
wasn't entirely DJ's fault either. I mean, a lot of the receivers dropped balls, and the team just didn't look put together like a lot of others this weekend.
I've never seen a team not recover as well. Ever since they missed the college football playoff last year, they have not recovered from that, in my opinion. And I feel like Mike Norvell really just tried to just patchwork together this roster through the portal instead of like building a team like through like recruiting and like mentorship and like just building a team and just try to like patch together a makeshift roster. It just doesn't work.
I mean, it's weird to say that I do agree with what Norvell did, because you see how that's working for Dabo, trying to be in structured building right now, and it's not quite working out for him. It didn't work out for him last year. The transfer portal is part of what you do. Now, who you get from the transfer portal is a different story. He should have known DJ was as advertised. He's just more in the spotlight because he's not playing for Oregon State.
Yeah, speaking of Dabo, before we go on, I will be taking over with the Georgia and Clemson game. You want to hear an interesting stat?
Yeah.
There are 4 teams in the FBS that have not had a single transfer in. 3 of them are military academies because they physically can't, and the other one is Clemson.
What, you're telling me quarterbacks
0.
don't want to go fight for our country?
Yeah, Paul Skeens, baby.
Paul Skeens, yeah.
Yeah, if the listeners are not aware, military academies cannot redshirt, and they also cannot have players transfer
I
in.
forgot that they couldn't redshirt. I
cannot
forgot
redshirt.
that was a thing.
They cannot redshirt
Yes.
because of their military contract.
And this is why I was forced to be Army in our rebuild,
Yep.
huh?
Yes, it is. I think that's a great place to go on to that last week's games that we covered, and I will take over with the National Game of the Week, quote unquote. Georgia just steamrolled Clemson. There's not really much else I can say about this game. Carson Beck had a really solid outing. I did think he was going to look a little shaky against the Clemson defense at the start. Wasn't the case. Proved that he is should be the Heisman frontrunner. Actually, no, Jackson Dart. But 23 of 33, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air for Carson Beck. And this Georgia offense was rolling without said Trevor Etienne. Nate Frazier on the ground led them in carries with 11 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. And, I mean, this Clemson team could not string any drives together. They only scored 3 points to Georgia's 34. Cade Klubnik, 18 of 29, 142 yards, 1 INT. What is it with them Clemson boys? They need to get jobs at McDonald's.
Offensive line, man. Like, when you see the plays that Cade... I know we've been hard on Cade Klubnik. I think he needs to transfer. I think it needs to be a mutual departure. He needs to move on from Clemson. Clemson needs to move on from him. He needs to go somewhere with a half-decent offensive line. Because when he gets to blocking, he made plays. He showed the flashes of, I want to say, the year he came in for his bowl game.
I'm going to make a little bit of a bold prediction. If we say transfer, I think he does a Riley Leonard and goes to Notre Dame. I think I could see that happening.
I mean, he does kind of fit the scheme.
Yeah.
Because you see that now with quarterbacks, and they try to get someone who fits their type of scheme. So I feel like you mentioned before, with the Kansas State starter right now, the way he plays so much like Jalen that if he goes to Alabama, they don't have to change a thing.
Yep. That would be Avery Johnson. But who wants to go next with their game?
I will go next because the team that I didn't think would impress me actually impressed me. I'm going to give praise to Notre Dame here. Riley Leonard, on the ground and through the air, he did his job in a tough A&M environment. We've seen what Kyle Field has done to teams, like Alabama, for example. And Notre Dame coming in there, I'm not going to lie, defensively, they showed out. I mean, Connor Weigman threw 2 picks, and A&M's coach, I forget his name. It's blowing my head. But he coached Riley Leonard at Duke the past 2 seasons. So he knew what Riley Leonard could do, and Riley Leonard still beat him. It was like the student versus the teacher almost, and the student won. And honestly, looking at what Notre Dame did, Jeremiah Love, 14 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. You're almost having an almost 100-yard rusher, and the team in total almost rushed for 200 yards. I'm looking at this, and the only really full impact offensive player that A&M had, I would say would be rushing and Le'Veon Moss, 20 carries, 70 yards. I mean, if you want to call it, he had the touchdown. But honestly, I was really impressed by Notre Dame, and as we'll talk about further, they have jumped. And if they played like they did at Kyle Field every week, they have a good chance. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, head over to John for probably the most interesting game of the week.
Probably one of the most balanced games, I feel like. I mean, this is a game, like, until the late minutes of the fourth quarter, I think both teams could have won, it felt like. I think both quarterbacks looked great this game. Miller Moss, 378 yards and a touchdown, and obviously that 20-yard pass to Kieran Hudson, and getting the target on top of that, basically setting up the game-winning score for them. And Garrett Nussmeier, 29 or 38 for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns with a pick. But I picked the pick. It was a garbage time pick. It was last drive of the game. I mean, they both looked really good, and the defense is also, I think, played pretty solid. Obviously, these are 2 teams that have not been historically known for having great defenses. They did their job, kept a pretty close game. But obviously, just USC, I think, got a statement win in this game. A big win for Lincoln Riley, and he moved at 10 spots in the AP poll, which we'll get to later. And
absolutely, I was actually really impressed with how Miller Moss handled his last drive.
Too.
I was watching that, and I was like, wow, this kid's composed. He's in the pocket. He's making those risky throws, and he's completing them with ease. I was really impressed.
He's such a different quarterback than Lincoln Riley has coached before, but I think he's just a quarterback guru. Like, he played to his strength perfectly this game. And also, I'm going to shout out some of the best catches we've ever seen all day. The entire year so far. Kieran Hudson, obviously Kieran Lacey, with one of the best catches I've ever seen in my life for a 19-yard touchdown.
I mean, yeah, and I'm just happy Miller Moss is making me and John look good because we picked him.
We did pick him.
We picked him for the sleeper, like the person to watch. And I mean, yes, he did. Well, he only had 1 touchdown, but I mean, he was solid. Now it's LSU defense, but I mean, in full honesty, he's looking very good back there.
Yeah, it was all around a great game, especially for USC's Miller Moss. But before we go to the next game, I thought a really funny moment during the end of that game was Brian Kelly's post-game interview.
Yes, he was.
We're just losing. We just can't. It's like, dude, why are you having a temper tantrum on live TV? It was a really bad look for the program.
I don't know if anybody here is a baseball fan. It reminded me of watching Aaron Boone's press conference as a Yankees fan, where you just see the anger just boil over.
Oh yeah,
watching Aaron Boone's press. Oh my gosh, it's
right in front of us.
It's a great joy that I have.
Was that worse than the coach who couldn't open his water bottle?
Oh, that was awesome.
That was pretty embarrassing. Who was that? Who was the coach who couldn't open his water bottle?
I forget.
Was it FSU?
No,
it wasn't.
It was another good team that was that lost.
I can't put a. Was it the Gators? I think it was the Gators.
It might have been the
Billy
Gators.
Napier. It might have been. Yeah,
I think it was Billy Napier.
It was someone
it was Billy Napier. Yep. That's the face of a man who knows his job is gone next year.
Yep. And going into the final game that we covered last week, Penn State, West Virginia. Let's not talk about it.
I mean,
That game didn't happen. What? There was a game this
no,
weekend?
there was a game this weekend.
West Virginia are 0-0. What do you mean?
I'm going to be completely honest, and I think I'm kind of saying this for everybody. I mean, the hype was too much.
Yeah.
I really think there was too much hype. I mean, you bring Tavon Austin, Bruce Irvin, you're bringing all back these WVU legends, and Penn State was a better team.
I don't think the hype was too much at all. I think that but the story of this game is to come down to the fact that we just could not capitalize off the mistakes we have. Obviously, that fumble in the first quarter, we were like, what you said to you, RJ, in the stands, like, that's a momentum-changing play. And in the first play, to give it right back to them. Listen, if you want to, obviously, WVU and Penn State are not on the same level talent-wise. If you want to beat a team that's better than you talent-wise, you need to get some lucky breaks. You need to capitalize the F off them. And we just couldn't do that. And when you can't do that, you can't beat teams that have more talent than you.
Yeah, and I believe on this podcast and on Touchdown City Tailgate on 91.7 FM U92 The Moose, we talked about the fact that West Virginia needs to come out swinging early, and they really did not do that. I believe they didn't score. It was a field goal at the end of the first half. It was the first time they scored.
They had two back-to-back
field
drives
goals
with a field goal. Yeah, and like, I don't know. Like, I do agree. There was a bunch of things. I do agree that we received the ball. Can we all agree that the choice to receive the ball was the right one? I agree.
Yes,
if we
I
would have
like that
scored,
choice.
if we would have scored a touchdown the opening drive, holy moly, this crowd would have gone nuts, and Ashley's Furniture Store for couches would have been sold out. I'm serious right now. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can make claims for both. I mean, you have to play what ifs with both sides. Like, if we give them the ball first and we stop them, that's an if. And if we're on offense, we score a touchdown first. Yet again,
We did stop
another
them,
if.
though. Our defense was solid the first quarter.
I'm not saying it wasn't. It was, and I know we talked about that for a hot second before the second quarter started. But I think the halftime touchdown, right at halftime.
I was going to say the exact thing.
That's when I think most of the people in the stands knew.
That's what killed the games. I went to get a water from the food stands. I was like, there's like 40 seconds left. It's just going to go to half,
Well,
basically.
and that rain delay didn't
And
help
then
either.
obviously the rain delay. But that blown coverage and that long Drew Aller pass just killed the game. And that's like when you can know a point. Like up to that, it was competitive. It was I believe a one-score game, maybe a two-score game.
Before the touchdown, it was a one-score game.
It's a one-score game, yeah.
I was content with a 7 trail.
Keeping it one score at half is a good recipe to win.
I say even if you hold them to a field goal, that's still I know. But
Also, walking home in the rain.
yeah, me and Dom had to make a tower stop because we were drenched. It was bad.
Felt like a water park. Actually,
Yeah.
It was nice after that, like 80-degree weather all morning.
Yeah.
Kind of, a little bit. Though everything was soaked.
Yeah, it really was. That's a good place to end it off. I really don't want to keep talking about this game because I was so sad after it. Drew Aller, you just broke my heart.
Well, we got an easy game this week, hopefully. That'll
Don't say that.
put us back on the climb.
Don't say that.
Just keep trusting. Just keep climbing.
Please don't say that.
Just like my grades.
That is very true, actually. And speaking of grades, we are going to be talking about team grades. We're going into the AP poll for this week. A couple new faces on this. We're going to go from 25 to 1, as always. Clemson start at 25, going down 11 spots. I think that's a bit harsh, but...
App State's on spoiler watch right now.
Oh, yeah. 24, NC State. 23, new Georgia Tech. 22, new Louisville. 21, Iowa climbing up slowly. 20, Arizona. 19, Kansas. 18, LSU falls. 17, Kansas State. 16, Oklahoma State. 15, Oklahoma. 14, Tennessee. USC making the climb up 10 spots to 13. Number 12, Miami, a.k.a. Cam Ward U. Number 11, Utah. Michigan at 10. Missouri at 9. Penn State are I believe, one of the only teams that stay stagnant at 8. Deservedly so. Number 7, Oregon falling 4 spots after a abysmal game against, I believe it was Idaho, right?
It was.
Absolutely.
Yes. I can't keep track of whether Oregon or Michigan played Idaho because they both played bad teams.
FCS Northwestern, in my mind.
That would be Fresno State. I'll be talking about that
Fresno
game
State's-
later on.
That's Derek Carr University, baby.
Yeah, but they only won by like 20.
Know who else went there? My Pookie Aaron Judge. So
Devontae Adams. Number 6, Ole Miss. What are you doing? Put them in the top 5. Top 5, Notre Dame at 5. Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, Texas. And the top 2 stay the same and probably will for most of the season. Georgia at 1, Ohio State at 2. Boys, how we feeling about it?
I will say this. I like Notre Dame at 5. I think they really had a good performance in Texas A&M, and they deserve that spot.
Say it again.
Notre Dame deserved the 5 spot.
Right there is the only time OJ would say that
You're
the whole
absolutely
year
correct.
because
Quote this right here.
Quote it.
because
Moment in history.
when they lose to USC or whoever they're playing soon, you're gonna hear it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like USC getting bumped up 10 spots. I think it was an impressive win for them, and a game where obviously, it's the first game without Caleb Williams, and they showed out. So I think they completely deserve that. I am kind of shocked they put Iowa up 4 spots, but I mean, looking at it, you're adding a couple new teams. That's bound to happen. I mean, it makes sense. But kind of what Connor was saying, Clemson being brought down to 25. I think it's because of the way they lost and just how bad it was. I'd maybe say like 6 or 7 spots, but I think 11 is like, whoa. I don't know if the AP's trying to make a statement about Clemson or what's going on.
It's harsh, man. And I mean, you're playing the number 1 team in the nation at a, quote, neutral site. Yeah, Atlanta's neutral site for them, definitely.
That's how they say the Big 12 tournament's a neutral site when it's in Kansas.
Yeah, you might as well put them in Athens at that point.
I will say my only takeaway is I think LSU fell a bit too far for my liking. I mean, they lost, but they played a solid game. They played a fine game. There's something bad about that loss. It's a fine way to lose to a good USC team.
I agree with it. This is the first time I've seen USC hold an opponent to 20 points.
The real question is, do we think Georgia Tech deserves to be here? Yes or no? Because Boston College did steamroll the team that probably put them into the into the top 25.
I say yes for Georgia Tech being, because they're only 23 and a lot of teams below them lost. I say no to Boston College being 27.
Okay.
We saw
fair. I
how
agree.
bad FSU was the first game. Now, I give Georgia Tech the benefit of the doubt because FSU had a whole summer to prepare for this. So did Georgia Tech, and their coach just did it better. And coaching's a part of football, and they put them at 23, and I respect that because NC State did not look great that first half against their team, and Clemson, of course, lost.
They were on upset alert almost till the 4th quarter.
Exactly. And Boston College, we saw how bad Florida State was. They thought they were going to bounce back. They're at home. Boston College rolled in there, and I hate to say it, I know it's in an opponent's home territory. You're thinking they're going to have a bounce-back win after a tough loss. They looked exactly the same, maybe even worse.
I will say that Georgia Tech's defense is probably better than Boston College's,
Yeah,
if not way
I would
better.
say so.
Also, one thing to kind of mention, and real quick before I talk about Miami, I don't know if it's really a bold claim. I guess if you put Clemson over NC State, I would if I had an AP vote, because if you really think about it, Clemson did play the top team, and we knew how stacked they were. And then you have NC State. Who is the team they played? It's blanking me. Oh my gosh.
They played
West.
They played West Carolina and beat
Yeah.
them 38-21.
Mind you, what was the
Wow.
score before the 4th quarter?
They were down.
They
think.
scored.
They were down.
They were down. They scored 21 points in the 4th quarter to win that game.
That's my point. If you don't have
Wow.
those, like kind of those garbage time points, I think Clemson gets over 'em.
In their defense, it was tight throughout their first three quarters, but then Florida State, remember, were a D1 school.
I don't know if you're gonna drop Oregon 4 spots for their close loss. I think you should drop NC State more.
Yeah.
I think while we're still on the topic, I'd like to shout out Texas Tech. If you guys did not see the Abilene Christian game, their quarterback, a former Texas Tech player,
They should've
threw for
lost.
500
They
yards
should've
and
lost.
3 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Dang.
I genuinely almost cried when I saw that Abilene Christian was it failed the 2-point.
It was 52-51.
Yeah,
Hey, Gabe.
that was horrible.
Guess who threw for 436 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions?
Who was that?
Gio Lopez.
There's no shot.
Google it. Google it right now.
Wow. And Dom, do you want to know who had a better game?
Or was it 300? I don't know. Who had a better game?
Do you want to know who had a better game and should be in number 1 for the Heisman right now? That is Ole Miss's quarterback Jackson Dart. And
The glazing is crazy.
okay, stop. I've got a few gripes about this AP poll. The one that I think could be arguable is that Ole Miss should have the 5 over Notre Dame. Notre Dame did have a ranked win, but I do think the fact that Ole Miss, I know it's only Furman, but 76-0. That is, no matter what team you play, that's impressive.
Dude, Dom, they still lost.
He balled out.
How does your quarterback throw for 430 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions and still lose?
Almost a Shador. But real quick to kind of combat that point, I understand, yes. Putting up 76 on Furman and benching Jackson Dart, I believe, at the end of the first half, was it? Or
Before
was it
the end of the first half.
Or that.
He set a school record for the first half, 418 yards, 5 touchdowns in the air, and a rushing touchdown.
That is insane. You know how much I love Jackson Dart. So I'm
No,
there
you
with
don't.
you. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm
You
a
don't
Jackson
know him
Dart
like
fan.
I do.
I will not say that. But I still really think that Notre Dame deserves a spot. It's a ranked win. You have to look at it as a ranked win. And a ranked win over a non-ranked win, they're going to give it to the ranked one every time.
It's debatable, but I see where you're coming from.
It is very close, though, when you look at the votes. Or the points. Notre Dame has 1,240, and Ole Miss has 1,212.
They beat him by 28
I can't
points.
imagine if that Ole Miss team still had Queen Sean Judkins. They would be a national title threat.
He is a Buckeye now, so it doesn't matter.
He is a Buckeye, but I think we already went through most of the talking points for this AP poll.
Real quick, shout out Cam Ward. He looked really nice.
Yep, I was just going to bring up
I think
Miami.
he's top in Heisman odds. I know it's week 1, but I think he is actually top in Heisman
I think
odds.
it should
Did
be.
we
him.
see him go up to, at Florida's recruits and just tell them to come to the U? And
Yes.
right at the end of the game. That's cold right
And
there.
you know-
all about the U.
You know what's weird about Cam Ward is the fact that when you're watching him in the highlight reel, he just looks so calm. It doesn't look like there's no stress, nothing. He's just playing.
I'll take a quack for this. I was going to say a few things about Cam Ward, but I do want to agree with you there on that take. He looks. I will take the quack here. He looks like he doesn't give a shit out there, and he just makes throws. It makes no sense. He's the most. I don't know if this is a bold take. I think he's the most composed quarterback, especially in the ACC. Or they're in the ACC, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say-
I don't know why I'm blanking
I would
on
say
it. but
Carson
Miami.
Beck. I would say Carson Beck. He looks very comfortable in what he does.
He goes to Georgia.
So?
Of course he's going to be composed.
If-
he goes to
comfortable
Miami.
and he's not on the roads. So
If
Yep.
Miami is near, even not even college football play, but like the ACC championship, Cam Ward.
Give
If
it
you're
to
looking
him.
on team improvement,
These are. I think I have just mentioned 2 of the quarterbacks that I was very high on last year, Dart and Cam Ward. So it's looking. I mean, we're only 1 week in, but we've already got at least like 5 or 6 guys we can see winning the Heisman. We've got the Dart, we've got Ward, we've got Jalen Milroe, who he didn't have a lot of volume, but when he had the volume, my God, he looks electric, and it looks like Kalen DeBoer just stepped in, and it's just keeping with the stride.
just be careful. Their next opponent is South Florida.
Oh,
that's a revenge game for him.
Oh wait, Milroe didn't play that game.
I don't think
I
he did.
think he got benched. I think he got benched
He
against
got
them.
benched
Not
before
right.
that, yes, and that was the I'm blanking on his name, but he transferred back to Notre
Oh
Dame
my
to play
God.
lacrosse. Yes.
Oh, the quarterback.
It's Tyler
yeah.
something,
Is
I
it
feel
Lambert?
like.
Is it Tyler Lambert? Is that what it is?
Not Tyler
no,
Lambert.
it's Tyler something.
It's Tyler with an L. I swear to God, his
Oh.
name starts with an L. Is
What
it?
is
Is it
it?
Laynard or something like that?
Oh, I can't remember his name for the
Tyler
life.
Buckner.
Tyler
I was
Buckner.
completely off there.
Yeah, but there's not a lot to really debate about this AP poll. It's interesting to say the least. But we are going to head into the second to last segment of this episode. We are talking about the college games of the week. So, I've got game of the week, obviously. Who wants to go first with their game?
I guess I will, because mine's it's iffy. It's going to be an offensive fight. Doing Boise State versus Oregon, because there's 2 names I'd like to mention on each side. Ashton Gente and Dylan Gabriel, of course. We're talking about Dylan Gabriel, who just threw for 380 yards against Idaho and only scored 24 points, which is very concerning. I mean, you can't tell me that's not concerning. He had 41 completions, only 380 yards.
Tez Johnson, who?
I mean, Ted Johnson opened the game with a 7-yard passing touchdown. I mean, Oregon opened the game up 14-0, and I mean, the defense, I don't even want to say the defense did their job. I mean, 14 points to Idaho is kind of, compared to what they had last year, is kind of concerning. And then you got Boise State, who nearly lost to Georgia Southern, and it was, of course, Ashton and Gaines actually combining for 371 yards on the ground and 8 total touchdowns. So, I don't know why Malachi Nelson is not starting. I know Connor can legitimately back me up on that. Why is Maddox Madsen starting? Is he a senior? No, he is a sophomore. Okay, so Malachi Nelson, we can't say that.
That might be the worst quack we've had so far.
That's going to be a double quack. But this game, I took this game because I feel like Boise State has a shot. Now, the game plan is very simple for Oregon if you're going into this game. Zero blitz. I'm serious. Zero blitz better be this scheme. It's gonna be really bad because if you look at the summary as I try to pull it up, first quarter, Ashton Gentry, first drive of the game, 77-yard touchdown, first play of the game for their offense. Very next drive, 26-yard touchdown. Very next drive, 1-yard touchdown. Next drive, 5-yard touchdown for him. He had 6 touchdowns, 267 yards on the ground, and only 20 carries, and about 3 of those carries went for under 5 yards for touchdowns. So 17 legitimate carries over 260 yards.
Is it a bit of a bold take to say he should be in the Heisman race too?
He is in the Heisman race.
Yeah.
He is, I think, behind Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. And he is sitting at 3. And there is also, I'm pretty sure the Arizona wide receiver also is on that for 5th.
Oh, Tedero McMillan.
He is so good.
With his 300-yard game. But 651 yards of total offense for this Boise State team. Oregon, I mean, legitimate chance. I look at the schedule for Ohio State. This is the team you have a legitimate chance of really beating Ohio State. Sorry, Penn State. But Oregon's the team. They came in here. Bo Nix is everyone. It's come on, guys.
Someone finally broke.
I broke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thankfully we're only on Spotify.
This is why we can't.
We're trying to mess Gabe up there a little bit.
But no, I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in. It's an
Style.
offensive game, bro. I've got a guy with a beautiful last name in Dylan Gabriel. What a great last name.
Oh my God.
No bias at all, technically.
No
No
bias
bias.
at all. But this is gonna be an offensive game. This is. Oh, it's on Peacock. Oh my gosh, I can actually watch this. The line is bad. Okay,
Why did you sound so excited about
I can
that?
watch this.
Oh my god, it's on Peacock.
I
can't wait.
have Direct TV, guys. They just did not renew their
I do
contract.
too.
Yeah, so I don't have ESPN. I don't have ABC. I'm in poverty at this point. I'm in sports poverty.
Sports purgatory.
This is bad. But I would be kind of nervous if I'm Oregon. Not just for this team, but for future teams. That Idaho game is scary. Okay, that's Idaho.
Yeah.
That was at home.
That was all. Yeah, this is also at home. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So they have an 80% chance of winning. I don't think they fell in the rankings, if I'm correct. Oh no, they lost. They dropped 4 spots. I am blind.
It's just
This is a scary game for them.
this is a test game. I mean, you look at the schedule and you're like, okay, Boise State. It's just like this should be like a pushover game. I mean, they're currently the favorites to win the Mountain West. They should. I mean, if things all go according to plan, it should be either them or Liberty to get the Rule of 5 bid into the
'cause
tournament.
There's a lot of teams in that top poll that have sway. I know Memphis is one, as you can see right here. And, of course, Boise State's up there. Never mind. SMU's in ACC now.
Hey, Gabe is turning into Braden Lazo with being a Memphis believer.
Here's the thing. Someone's got to pick up Andrew Slack.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. That's Iowa, though, who we
We
will be
miss you,
talking about in a minute.
Andrew.
But I feel like I'm going to go Oregon for this game. I think it's a no-brainer.
Shocker there.
But I think it's going to be – I'm going to go on a limb here. 27-21 Oregon.
I like that.
Another close game.
Another close game.
Wow.
I do think Gentry's going to have over 100 yards, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of a pretty safe bet. But yeah, I think Boise State definitely only beating Georgia Southern by 11 at home. It was away, right? It was away. They were away against Georgia Southern.
Oh, I think they were home.
I could have sworn they were away.
No, they're
'Cause I
at
didn't-
they're at them.
Yeah,
Oh, they played Washington State. Okay. So yeah, they have a decent schedule actually.
Yeah.
Boise State.
but I mean, Boise State only squeaking away with a 11-point win against Georgia Southern is a bit concerning. So
It's
I
the
mean,
defense. It's entirely
Yeah.
the defense, and now you're
Yeah.
going up against an Oregon team with a top offensive line, Dylan Gabriel. I mean, you've got a real shot here, and
Yeah.
your defense has to perform because you know your offense is going to be okay.
And I really do think start Malachi Nelson. I'm going to start the train. Start Malachi Nelson.
Is he redshirted?
No, he's redshirted because he was at USC last year.
Well, he's not going to sit behind Madsen for 3 years.
No, there's no way. But I do think that they should let him get his reps in early because he's got 4 years of eligibility left. He's a redshirt freshman. Obviously, he redshirted under Caleb Williams and Miller Moss last year. But I really do think that. Actually, no. Let's just leave it at that. Start Malachi Nelson. Let's send it over to RJ with the. I always want to say they're a Big Ten team, but they're not.
They're somehow not.
They remind me of a Big Ten team because their sister-brother school is a Big Ten team.
That is right.
Iowa versus Iowa State. Get into it.
Yes, Iowa State traveling to number 21. Not number 1.
Number one, Iowa.
I forgot the two.
You just described Andrew's heaven right there.
You just described Andrew's NCAA rebuild.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to live the legacy of Andrew Metzger. They are facing number 21, Iowa. 3:30 kick on CBS. It is the battle for the Cy Hawk Trophy. Iowa leads the current series 47-23. Fun fact, Iowa won last season's matchup by only 10 points. So, 10 of the last 12 matchups in this rivalry were decided by 10 points or less. A very interesting stat that I did find. Both teams, though, did play lower-tier opponents last week. Iowa played Illinois State, and Iowa State played the University of North Dakota. Iowa State's quarterback, Rocco Becht, went 20 for 26, 267, and 2 touchdowns.
Sick name, by the way.
A great name. I actually was like, wow, that's because I saw his name began with an R. I'm like, oh, I thought it'd be a basic name. No, Rocco. I like it. Going against Cade McNamara, former Michigan quarterback. So he went 21 for 31, 251, and 3 TDs last week. So, a couple of key points that I think may not be too surprising. Iowa is not known for being an offensive team. They're known for what?
Fork found in the kitchen, RJ.
Defense.
No, they're known for punting.
And punting. Yeah. It's both. Honestly, though, Iowa State quarterback Rocco Becht, though, did throw for 3,000 or over 3,000 yards last season, and his touchdown interception ratio 23-7. Not bad.
Yeah, he's always been good at that.
Not bad for a Big 12 quarterback. So he knows how to protect the ball, especially with this Iowa defense, which we know they can force turnovers. But can they score off them? No.
Whoa there. They had as many receiving touchdowns in that singular game as they did last year. 3.
Yep, that's right.
Let that sink in. As a Jets fan, let that sink in.
Yeah, let it sink in. Oh, my Lord. Okay, going back to what I was saying, though. I think this game actually will be very close. Obviously. 10 of the last 12 matchups have been pretty close. The spread is currently Iowa -3, which, because they're the home team, I think this is literally an even game.
What's the score supposed to be? 13-10?
Probably.
It'll be 7-6.
It'll be somewhere near that. The over-under is 35. So take with that what you will.
Under. Smashing the under.
Slam
We
the
do not
under.
condone. We do not support gambling. Sorry, Jameson. But
Bet against the spread.
But yeah,
We just use it as an example.
Well, we give advice, not
Yes.
gambling advice.
No.
So this will be a slugfest.
This episode is
Yeah.
sponsored by Prime.
Good God.
Episode sponsored by DraftKings.
Caleb Johnson, though, from Iowa, the running back, had 11 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns last game. I expect him to have a decent impact because if Iowa's going to want to win this football game, I don't believe you can rely on Cade McNamara. I mean, it's been proven otherwise. So I think he needs to have a game. And for Iowa, obviously the defense, you got to force Rocco to picks. I mean, it's something he's not used to, but in a hostile Iowa environment, we saw what they did to Ohio State a couple years ago. I mean, they could, just saying, that environment's loud. Love the hospital wave, one of my favorite traditions in college football. And I think Iowa is going to win the game with home field advantage, 20-17.
Bang.
I am somehow going the over on that by technicality.
That is technically over by 2, so.
Yep.
What's the line at?
1.5.
Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
35.5.
That is so characteristic. We've got 3 more games to go over. I'm going to send it to Dom, who has an absolutely insane quarterback matchup. He's got this guy is known around this podcast for being like a Honda Accord. Syracuse quarterback Kyle McCord, former Ohio State guy, with somebody who suffered under Jimbo Fisher, Haynes King, and Georgia Tech.
We will rally around Haynes King and play good football. Just as they told Kurt Warner, and he ended up fine.
Am I the only person who got that here? I think I might
What?
be.
Oh,
We
you-
will
what,
rally
the Kurt
around.
Warner
We'll
run?
rally around Kurt Warner and play good football.
All right. Anyways, let's describe this. So this will be like the first true test for Georgia Tech, really, if the FSU win. And then last week they played Georgia State, and guess what they did in both of those games? They ran the ball. They ran the ball the entire game for both of those games. They beat Georgia State 35-12, all running. And then I watched Syracuse's highlight, and guess who they played last week? Actually, I'm going to see them this week too. Ohio U Bobcats. And they beat them, but they kind of squeaked out a win.
Love Mac ball.
But they are more of a pass heavy. They passed a lot in that game.
Syracuse?
Yeah, Syracuse.
Well, they spent money on Kyle McCord. I hope they pass it.
Yeah, they did pass. They did pass that ball.
One might say Kyle McCord deserves a bottle of champagne for that performance.
I will get into that in a minute.
And let's go over the fun facts. Okay. This is the first time since 2015 that Georgia Tech has made the top 25. And if they win this game, this will be the first time since 2015 that they've gone 3-0. Oh, yes. And also, 79% of their travel schedule has been complete because of the Dublin travel. First week against
This isn't a Dublin.
whatever it's called, Dublin.
We'll put that with Dabo.
I just said that.
Dabo.
I just said that because I don't know what it's called.
Is
Anyways,
that hyped up with Dunquies?
Yeah.
Is that similar? Please tell me.
somewhat-
We
it's
just
somewhat
can't say
please.
D words in this
Somewhat.
pod.
All right. So, let's talk about last week. Kyle McCord threw for 27 for 39, 354 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Okay, pretty good. Okay.
not half
Anyways, so this could be
Not that bad.
You're not going to
Okay,
mention the
not
one
bad.
interception.
One interception. So, Gio Lopez is better than Kyle McCord. Okay, let's get over that. Anyways, moving on. Georgia Tech, Haynes King was compared. All right.
We obviously know that's a joke.
35 for 45 passing.
Gio Lopez is younger, too.
421 yards and not 91 yards on the ground. Haynes King really against Georgia State, though? I don't know. This one's going to be close. Also, Syracuse suffered from they have an injury for their middle linebacker. What's his name? Let's find his name. I have it. It's Marlowe Wax.
Oh, yeah.
Middle linebacker, Marlowe Wax.
Known middle linebacker.
Let's take this into
He
account.
sounds like a barber.
Let's take this.
Wait, repeat the name.
Marlowe Wax. Marlowe Wax. Should I say it one more time?
No.
Marlowe
We found him.
Wax. We found him. There he is, right there.
As you can see, he's
like-
pointing to the monitor screen with known linebacker Marlo Wax.
Marlowe Wax, future NFL
I
practice
guess-
squad participant.
I guess Q's fans know.
He had a staggering. Oh, he actually didn't play that bad. 6 tackles, 1 sack,
Actually,
1 forced
kind of-
He's
fumble.
their
Good
star
game.
linebacker,
Okay.
like I said.
100 total tackles. Okay, Dom, you're cooking. I'll let you cook.
I was cooking, but guess what? He's not in this game this week. So they're going to run that ball again and again and again until Georgia Tech wins 27-30.
Half their players throwing up pictures on
Wow.
ESPN.
Let's go. And it's always an interesting time when Dom is covering a football game. Let's go.
Wait, they have a former, they have a former Mountaineer.
They do.
James
Oh,
Hurd
it's
Jr.
James Hurd.
Is he starting?
Oh.
He's from
Probably.
Camden, New Jersey. Oh my God.
I think he's
He
starting.
go- he
John
go-
has both
he
fists
went-
in the air right now.
He went to West Virginia, so he's probably good. All right, let's get into the game of the week. Georgia, Tennessee Tech. No. We got 2 more games. I'm sending it over to John, and he is going to be taking over with a very interesting matchup here. Number 14, Tennessee, taking on number 24, NC State.
Oh, I'm doing Colorado, Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
Get a ranked matchup.
Oh, Colorado. These two teams are more interesting than the ranked teams.
I like that choice, John. Good job.
Does anyone care about
You know
NC
it's
State?
bad. That's a red
Yes.
flag of Dom saying nice choice.
Oh,
That's a swipe left.
Oh, man.
I guess I was manifesting my him to talk about Nico.
He just really wants to hear
John,
Nico's name right now.
App State versus Clemson is showing up before this game. I have scrolled through the entire thing where I have to click see more to find this game.
Well, listen, mate, these two teams, listen, they're probably not going to make the playoff, but I love talking about games like this because both of these teams are coming in with massive chips on their shoulder, and they have a lot to prove in this game. I think most of all, both these coaches have a lot of stuff to prove this game. Obviously, Deion Sanders, you know his shtick by now. I want to take a quack here. He talks a lot of shit, but he has not shown the ability to walk the walk besides the stretch to start last season. He's coming off a win, but it was a very close win. It was NDSU almost came back and won that game. And I would say, whatever your opinion of him as a coach is, he has definitely put a target on his back as the head coach of Colorado because he is out there on Twitter tweeting at his players, and he's made that game on every Big 12 team, every team they play schedule is now circled which is kind of crazy for a 4-8 team last year. And obviously, you saw last week. The story I heard last week is that they played NDSU last week. And recently this year, the NCAA made a change, allowing for helmet mics and FBS teams. However, FCS teams cannot. They didn't make the change for FCS teams. So NDSU, they went out and made the investment to get helmet mics to try to beat Colorado, and that just to me kind of indicates like how teams view this game. They view this game as, even though it's not a very good team per se, they view this team as a game they want to come in and they want to win because they want to shut Deion up. And on the opposite sideline, you got Matt Rule, a guy who was a very good coach at Baylor, went to the NFL at kind of a rocky tenure, and now has been hailed as the savior of Nebraska. But guess what? A couple years ago, Scott Frost was the savior of Nebraska. A couple years before that, Bill Callahan was the savior of Nebraska. These fans do not care. These fans, like, I like to quote.
We do not care.
We do not care. I like to quote Neil Brown had Al McAfee last week about how there are 3 states in the country that have one football team the state gets behind fully: West Virginia, Arkansas, and Nebraska. And these fans, if you're not showing results soon, they're going to run you out of town. And this year, he has his wonder boy, Dylan Raiola, a guy who gets, as you've heard 1,000 times, he's been compared to Patrick Mahomes like every day.
It's because he looks like Patrick
Looks the
Mahomes.
same.
He does kind of
Plays,
play
he looks
like
a
him.
lot. He plays like him too. And this is going to be a big game. If one of these teams can pull off a win in this game, it's going to be a big defining moment for this coach. And obviously, I think the key to this game involves the trenches, because Colorado only had 59 rushing yards last week against North Dakota State, which just isn't enough to win you a game, especially against a team like Nebraska, who's going to be in a big rivalry game. It's going to be gunning for a win right now. And even though I can't really quantify it, I'm taking Colorado in this game. I know they have a very weak defense. I know they have a very spotty offensive line, but at the end of the day, they have the 3 best players on the field: Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, and Shadur Sanders. And really, if you look at their schedule, I think Deion knows that this is an opportunity to get a big statement win for him. I think he definitely hears the media criticism about him that's been constantly on him, saying like he talks the talk, but he can't walk the walk. And this, I count 3 games. He has the opportunity to really make a statement win that can really change his narrative about him. And that's here, at Arizona, and versus Utah. And the Arizona and Utah game, they don't happen till late in the year. So I think he's prepping for this game like a big defining moment in his coaching career. I think he's going to come out gunning. I have Colorado winning 31-28. Close game. I think Joe Raiola is going to look very good. I'm going to book it right now. I think Raiola is going to have at least one throw. That's going to be on ESPN highlight reels the entire weekend. Calling it right here.
Yeah.
John, you're picking a game where these guys are 1 for 4 in their last 5 games. Nebraska lost to Michigan State. Not a good Michigan State, last year's Michigan State. And the train wreck that was that team is disgusting. Their only win in the last 4 games is a team which name is called the Miners.
Are we
Utah
also
Miners.
going to skip past the fact that Colorado has the exact same record as them in the last 5?
Well, in their defense, Oregon State was actually pretty decent last year. Arizona, we know Arizona. Washington State, there's no... Oh my gosh, never mind. Washington State 56-14.
Cam Ward, baby.
Utah, they lost to a walk-on Utah player.
Hey, but I mean, this game, I would say this game is some of the most, maybe not the best, some of the most interesting players to watch of all the games this week.
I mean, it's a historical former Big 12 rivalry. That's why I will defend your pick.
So Colorado's walking into Lincoln, Nebraska, that farmland over there, and going in there and absolutely putting up a show. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know.
Those farmland boys know ball.
After North Dakota State University, the quarterback factory, known as that place,
Shout out Trey Lance.
and Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah.
And Christian
Easton
Watson.
Stick. Don't
And
forget
Christian
Easton
Watson.
Stick.
I will say they should have lost. But,
They really came
No, they
pretty
should.
close,
And
though.
then ESPN was posting it like they just won the Super Bowl.
well, what else is new?
I don't know.
They've been doing
I think this is the game for Deion to change his narrative about him.
Is that all it takes to get an ESPN reporting job? I just post Deion Sanders in Colorado and just hype it up, and
Yeah.
I'll get offered a 10-day.
Yeah, but at least they're posting football and not Taylor Swift. I would take Colorado posts all day over Taylor Swift.
Show to Joey Chestnut.
Honestly, I would
This
too.
man just ate 80 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Show Joey Chestnut.
Joey
Yes.
Chestnut's him.
Give him his flowers. All right. It's a great place to have our last game and the national game of the week. I'll be covering number 3, Texas, going in to the big house. Number 10, Michigan. And this matchup is obviously everyone circled on their calendars at the start of the year. The reigning national champions playing against one of the most complete rosters in all of college football right now in the Texas Longhorns. Obviously, us here, horns down. But looking at Texas's, I don't even want to say roster, but just the the aura that this team has, the roster that they've put together, and just the way that they work together, this Texas team's horns are very up right now.
I absolutely agree. I mean, looking at the man who's under center, I know he's a Texas guy. He used to be committed to Ohio State, but something that really, I think, shocked me was, I believe it was Big 12 Media Day, and they kind of talked about it like, hey, you're going to the big house. And the way Quinn Ewers talked about it, he said a phrase that all Ohioans know, that team up north. That kind of shocked me, and honestly, I'm kind of rooting for Texas.
I will say I also am, but looking at the last game for the Longhorns, obviously Ewers started under center, 20 for 27 for 260, 3 tuds and a pick against Colorado State. And I know that a lot of media outlets were talking about this, but we got to see some Arch Manning show, and that was fun.
Oh, his first touchdown pass was awesome.
5 for 6, 95 yards and a tud in limited time for the Arch Manning. And it really makes you wonder, is Arch is definitely going to start next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ewers is definitely going into the draft. But I think one of the main losses this year for Texas, and they will probably have it be felt, or so we thought, was losing Jonathan Brooks. But Jarrett Gibson and Jaden Blue are a two-headed monster in the backfield. Obviously, we thought Jaden Blue was going to be headlining the backfield, but Jarrett Gibson has so far outplayed him. I mean, it's only been one game.
He's a freshman.
But I mean, Jaden Blue, 11 carries, 57 yards, and Jarrett Gibson, 10 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. This offense was firing. And obviously one of the names to talk about with this Texas team is transfer-in wide receiver Isaiah Bond from Bama. I believe he was the first transfer out, or was it Downs? In the Saban era, or post-Saban era?
It was like, they were like 1-2 really quick.
Yeah. Bonds.
Like the day.
Bonds moved immediately.
Was Bond first or was Downs first?
I think Bonds was
I think
it was
Bonds was
Bond.
first, but Bonds moved. Nick Saban definitely pushed him out, but Bonds moved because Texas needed a wide receiver, so let's not hide anything. They threw money at him. And Bond, really, I think he just needed to change the scenery.
Yeah. And I think Texas is definitely the place to do that. Obviously, you stay in the SEC, definitely the most competitive conference in college football. But one thing that I thought was interesting, obviously you had 2 firecracker wide receivers last year for this Texas team, and Adonai Mitchell and Xavier Worthy, but they've got a lot of them again. Ryan Wingo and Isaiah Bond, geez. And one thing that I thought was really interesting that we didn't see a lot last year out of this Texas team, Quinn Ewers was spreading the love in the pass game. We had 6 players on this Texas roster record more than two or more receptions, which I thought is really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players who recorded 40, I believe it was 35 receiving yards or more throughout the game. This is a different Texas team. And, I mean, we obviously have to laugh at the Sam Ehlinger, we're back, but they're back, and they are here to take some names from last year.
They were back last year,
Yeah,
let's be honest here.
I was going to say, getting the monkey off the back, beating No, they didn't beat Washington last year, no.
No, they lost to Washington.
Never mind, I'm tripping. Hold on.
No, that was they beat Bama.
They only lost to
Oklahoma. It was Red River.
Dylan Gabriel submitting himself in the Heisman conversation, and 1 week later he was out of it.
Yeah. But this Texas team is very, very strong. It's going to be interesting to see how they go into Michigan on the road. And obviously this Michigan team is not what it was last year. They lost, I believe it was 14 or 15 starters to the draft.
That's not even counting the people who went undrafted.
Yes. But one thing to note is that they have a different quarterback, and it's not who people thought it was going to be. Everyone thought it was going to be Alex Orji at the start of the season because he had been going through the motions. He was under JJ last year, and he was looking pretty solid in training camp. But they gave the job to Davis Warren, which I thought was a little interesting. Obviously, it's going to be a dogfight once the number 1 guy goes out of there. It's going to be a dogfight in most of the programs, obviously other than Texas, because they have like the prodigal son behind Quinn Ewers right now. But this Michigan team has a very different look and a very different feel than last year. Obviously, their offensive line and defensive line did get kind of ravaged, but they do hold on to a lot of different starters from last year, namely one of them being Will Johnson.
Favorite corner in the league.
He's by far the best corner
undoubtedly.
in college football. There is no debate about that. And, I mean, getting into some game changers, obviously I want to go a little bit more in depth on Michigan before we go. One guy that I was really impressed with last week was Kalel Mullings.
Running back.
Yep. He out-carried and out-rushed Donovan Edwards by, I think it was quadruple. Donovan Edwards had 11 carries for 27 yards.
Matt, it's the curse. It's the cover curse.
The cover curse. And the cover curse is finally coming back to NCAA football. But Kalel Mullings had 15 carries for 92 yards. Obviously didn't find the end zone. But I think the most important player on this Michigan offense is Colston Loveland. And I think, obviously, you lose Roman Wilson, who sucks. Sorry, I just need to get that out there. This wide receiver core for Michigan is a little weird. They've got Samaj Morgan and Tyler Morris. They're not really too many names that you talk about. Obviously, they're good because they play for such a highly touted program like Michigan. Colston Loveland, I believe, is going to be getting the bulk of the targets for this game.
He did last game.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I was going to say, it's so important for their quarterback position is very much up in the air right now. Obviously, Davis Warren has it right now. That's a week-to-week thing. It kind of feels like at this point. They don't feel very committed to him. But whoever's playing quarterback, having that safety valve tight end is just so big for a young quarterback to develop.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's going to prove dividends, especially for Davis Warren, which I haven't really seen him go much on the ground. Alex Orji was definitely known as a scrambler kind of quarterback, but Davis Warren is a little bit more of a JJ kind of guy, so I guess keeping the same kind of offensive scheme there. No, I'm not just saying JJ because he sucks.
He put up a JJ stat line.
Yeah. He
15
really
pass
did.
completions, baby. Actually, that doubles JJ's.
Yeah, it really does. But obviously, looking at the outlook of this game, I think Texas, even as they're on the road, I do think they have the upper hand in this game. I just think it's going to be Texas's offense versus Michigan's defense.
It depends completely on Michigan's offense.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get from Loveland, but you got to find other options.
Yeah. So, looking at this, I think Quinn Ewers is definitely going to show what he's made of. Obviously, he's got that, like RJ was saying, that chip on his shoulder coming from Ohio State, calling him that team up north. That means he's got bills to pay. And he's going to come into the big house, and I think he's going to make noise. I think Texas takes it 31-21.
Wow,
So
double digits.
I do have a question, though. Do you think if Warren doesn't perform this game, I know it's
Benched.
a top 3 team,
Benched.
do you go with Orji? Because it's a tough, I see RJ cringing. I do agree with that cringe. That's a tough call. Because it is a Texas
is a
team.
very
It's
tough
because
call.
it's Texas. It's Texas.
He has to show something.
Yeah, he did not show it against Fresno State.
If you're doing that against Fresno State, you have to think that if he doesn't do anything against the opponents that you have to beat as Michigan as a program, you can't lose these games as Michigan.
The score was 30-10. Don't let that fool you. It was 17-10 at the end of the third quarter.
And it doesn't feel like, just in the way they announced it, doesn't feel like they're very committed to Davis Warren. It feels like this is kind of it's not like sometimes you see a program get behind a quarterback. This is our guy. You did not get that vibe from Michigan saying Warren was the starter. Not at all.
Yeah.
But the thing that also is very interesting, because let's say if Warren doesn't have a great game against Texas. Yes, they have Arkansas State right after, but guess who's right after Arkansas State? USC.
Oh, you're going to need a quarterback for that because you know that offense no matter what.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't care if it's Michigan. That offense with Lincoln Riley is going to try to find a way to do something. That's going to be the game. Arkansas State's Arkansas State. If you allow 7 points against Arkansas State, it's considered bad. So
Yeah.
that USC game should be circled.
Yeah. And obviously, looking at these two programs, any ranked opponent should be a circled game on your calendar, especially with the new look Big Ten.
Well, is that at USC?
I think it's away, yes.
It's it and the big house.
Oh.
Yes, Michigan getting cupcake schedules again. Gotta love it. But I think it's a good time to wrap up college football segment, and we're going to keep it a little short here, but the NFL's back, man. Big claps. Let's go.
I'm clapping because I'll be crying in a week.
Any given Sunday. And
Unless you're the Jets.
Unless you're the Jets. And personally, I can't wait until I wake up on Sunday morning and hear 7 hours of commercial-free football starting now.
Oh, my
I
Lord.
love you, Scott Hansen. Please don't leave.
Oh, I love Scott Hansen. Week 1 is here, gentlemen. And to kick off week 1, right before, we're going to talk about recent contract extensions. I have 5 names here in front of me, and we're going to take a little bit, not too much of a deep dive, but just a little quick reaction. The most recent one that we have of notable notice is Pat Surtain and the Denver Broncos agreeing to a 4-year, $96 million extension with $40.68 million guaranteed. I'll say my piece really quick. This is smart by the Denver brass. You have to get your top lockup down, and you have them locked up for the foreseeable future. Great move by Denver.
As well as before any other star cornerback like Sauce Gardner, for example, Diggs, for example, Bland, for example, get their contracts. They just set a bar because you know now Diggs is going to want more. You know Gardner is going to want more. They did this quick and smart.
I believe he is now the highest paid cornerback
That's
in league
okay because
history.
it will be broken in 2 weeks.
Probably, yeah. Next name I have, Dom, I want to hear your opinion on this one because it involves your team. Cam Hayward and the Pittsburgh Steelers are agreeing to a 3-year, $45 million contract. Talk about it.
I'm kind of I have a few questions for Cam Hayward. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love you, Cam Hayward. You've been here since James Harrison. You were James Harrison's replacement. How many years ago was that? Quite a few.
2-minute account.
2-minute account, yes. I don't know if you're staying here for the money or you're expecting a Super Bowl. I don't know if we
James
can really
Harrison's
promise.
replacement.
No.
James Harrison was an edge rusher. Cameron.
No, but TJ Watt was long after James Harrison.
Yeah, because you guys didn't have anything because you guys sucked at that position until TJ
and that's
Watt
why
got
I
there.
said Cam Hayward, because he was the closest thing to what we could get. So, anyways, I'm kind of, it's kind of, I was expecting Cam to go after this year. I thought he was going to play this year. I thought he was going to retire as of last season. But, I'll take that. Another 3 years, not that much. He can spend time with his brother, Connor Hayward. Then he's on his way, retirement.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is in the offseason, I believe this is probably the most random report I still have ever read to this day. I saw a rumor, just, the nice rumor mill going around. It's like, oh, Cam Hayward, former Ohio State Buckeye, rumored to go to the Browns after this season. I'm like, dude, come on now. We are not paying him that, or especially whatever he wants. Absolutely not. It would not be right. It would be probably just a lesser or a more insane version of you guys stealing Joe Hayden from the Browns. Next name on the list, unless anybody else wants to comment about Cam Hayward, I'm going to take that as a no.
They all look thrilled.
No.
You guys look really thrilled.
Yeah, I think AARP is going to be commenting on him soon.
I'm shocked he hasn't retired yet. Next was the holdout of God knows how long, but too long for me to keep checking my Twitter every day. Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers reaching a 4-year, $120 million contract with $76 million guaranteed. He took a little bit of a pay cut compared to what New England and, of course, the Browns were offering him. But he stays in San Francisco, thank God, and not want to give up Cooper and picks. So I'm glad he stayed.
Yeah, we'll feed it back to Don for this one.
Another one.
All I'm going to say is you better do well on my fantasy team, you bum.
Did you
They're
pick him?
paying you money. I did in my money league because of the money. Because he's getting paid, he should be given the ball. So he better get the ball, and he better play for my team right.
I hope he flops. Just because he's on your team.
He took the same contract he got offered like 3 weeks before. He just skipped training camp, basically.
Yeah, so basically 274 days for nothing.
I love the Brandon Ayuk quote. He's like, I made it way more difficult than it should have had been.
I mean, everybody knew that, including him. I mean, he was just holding out to like the very last second to get a deal. He knew he's like, all right, I want to stay in San Francisco. These deals were not worth it, and I think San Francisco just convinced him to come back. And I think a lot of that has to come with Kyle Shanahan. So I mean, not shocking, but I mean, I'm glad he stays there. The drama's over.
I will say this might spell the end for Debo Samuel and San Fran coming after this year, and which is just so sad. He's such a good fit there.
If you take away his ability, and don't get me wrong, Debo is incredible. He is. You can say
He's so important.
he's so important with the way he plays, but God, he is not a wide-out wide receiver. I couldn't even say he's a slot
Oh,
receiver.
he's not at all.
His route running is some of the worst for a Pro Bowler I have ever seen in my life.
But I don't know. I feel like if they don't bring him back, it's going to be a mistake. I don't care how good I don't care how good Ayuk is. I don't care how good Ricky Pearsall. Obviously, condolences to him. But Deebo Samuel was so important to that team. I feel like if they lose him, they're not going to be nearly as good in the future years.
He's not dead.
He didn't die.
It's not a shot.
He got shot. He got shot. That's not good.
He was practicing. He's practicing now. He's fine.
I still got shot.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Tank Dell got shot too. He's
My response to the Deebo Samuel allegations would be, but he's shifty, but he's so good out of the backfield. You're gone. Brandon Ayuk's the guy.
That sounds like a running back to me.
So does
He
this
is.
mean Kendrick Bourne is a better receiver than Deebo Samuel?
my God, no.
Connor might argue
And
this.
next
for
contract.
that.
Next contract.
Yeah, and next contract, and obviously a better receiver. I think that is no question. CeeDee Lamb in the Dallas Cowboys, agreeing on a 4-year, $136 million extension. Now, real quick, wow. I mean, from Jerry Jones's perspective, this was done horribly, and I will stand on that.
What's new?
And it's still going on with Dak. I still think he's gone.
They still haven't signed Parsons, Diggs. I mean, where is this cap space coming from?
I mean, you saw they didn't really do anything in free agency
Because
this
they
season.
couldn't.
Because they couldn't.
They traded Amari Cooper for a 6th-round pick because that's all the cap space they had left to do it with.
Andrew Berry
what are you
fleece.
talking about? Dalvin Cook is now here. What do you mean?
I'm going to say I think that this Cowboys team is going to have a big contract conundrum coming up soon. I think the player that gets the short end of the stick in this case is going to be Dak. Yep. I think that Jerry Jones and this Cowboys brass are gearing up to the future without Dak Prescott. They haven't committed to him. Obviously, he hasn't won playoff games for them, and I feel like it's just moving towards drafting a quarterback at some point.
Do you want to hear a really bold take and a really funny take?
Sure, go for
right
it.
now. Dak Prescott, right, heading into, let's say he heads into free agency next season. Do we see him at MetLife playing? Yes, Jets, Jets. Or do we see him playing for the New York Football Giants?
I kind of like that move.
Actually,
Hold up,
that would be a good fit.
division rival. He has Malik Neighbors, a new wide receiver coming in.
I
Very
kinda like
very good defense, and he gets to see the Cowboys and Jerry
Plus,
2
the
times.
Giants
on
have
the
that cap
schedule,
space.
and they indeed do have that schedule when Danny Dimes gets thrown on his ass.
I don't think he'll be a Jet, so I think Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers is going to be here for a lot longer than most people think he's going to be here. That man
Okay.
eats, sleeps, and breathes football.
Let's stop getting ahead of ourselves. Patrick Mahomes is not the guy in Kansas City. Dak Prescott's going to Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes will be a Dolphin.
Oh, my God.
Don't you speak that
That
into
would
existence.
be so funny.
They just paid Tua.
Yeah, dude.
They
I'm
paid
obviously joking.
This is
Well,
a joke.
they paid a quarterback. I still can't.
Obviously, this is hypothetical.
You know what would be really crazy is if he went onto a practice squad, Patrick Mahomes. I think he's capable of making a practice squad somewhere.
my God.
Patrick Mahomes turned to college and playing for West Virginia?
Okay.
What?
I have a proposition for you, Dom. Let's do a pick'em before the pick'em that we'll get to in a sec. But you have a practice squad. You have 3 quarterbacks. Who do you start? Patrick Mahomes, Ben Roethlisberger in his prime, Gio Lopez.
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen from
Gio
top
Lopez.
rope.
Gio Lopez.
Gio Lopez gets the start.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, screw those other
He's,
two.
he's,
Wow. I don't even know
he's
them.
too good against those Sunbelt teams, man.
You're not going to choose the leader of men.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
You mean known leader of men, Davis Mills?
Okay. Kind of getting back
No
on the
leader of
topic.
giraffes.
Nathan
Nick.
Peterman?
Getting back on the topic, CeeDee Lamb got his bag. He deserved it. He is one of the best receivers in the NFL, no question. I think him and Dak, that connection will still be there this season. Tough, though, going into Week 1 against Cleveland. But still, that'll be a great game. 425, Tom Brady's first call. Really excited to see it and hear it. But the final name we will be hearing is Trent Williams and the 49ers finally getting something done. I mean, last minute
Washington.
Oh, God. Last minute contracts in San Francisco just go together like peanut butter and jelly. A 3-year, $82.66 million with $48 million guaranteed. I think most of that guaranteed money is in the first 2 years because I think they are obviously getting to a realization that, Trent Williams only has a couple years left.
Oh, yeah. He's been injured.
Yeah, injured. He's been in the league for a while, I think. just a couple years left. I mean, it's a great deal for him, and the 49ers are kind of rewarding him for being so good still and giving him what he deserves. So I prop them for that. And he's really needed still.
I mean, I would say
to protect Purdy.
he's the most important non-quarterback in the league, in my opinion. It's him and Tyreek killing a tier of their own. And you have to pay that. Even if he's old, even if he might not have many good years left, you have to pay
Justin
that.
Tucker is single-handedly helping the Ravens win
Next
games.
year, it'll be Torrey Taylor. So
Torrey Taylor.
You wasted a 4th-round pick on him. I hope he punts for you.
That Chicago got him.
I know.
I mean,
and he's going to be a better pick than Caleb Williams. No, do not quote
my
that.
God.
Do not quote that.
we're quoting that,
Wow.
Gabe. Congratulations.
That's 100% a
Quote,
quote.
And I think before we move on, RJ, there's one name we did not mention I think is worth talking about because he hasn't gotten an extension yet.
Oh, Jets
the
legend.
one player still holding out, Hassan Reddick, who's become the most hated player in New Jersey and New York now.
I figured you were going to have that, so I was going to let you talk about that.
I thought you were going to say Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I honestly thought that too because
Guess
he's a
he
little
hasn't
bit
shown up.
more. He's
Well,
like
he's
really
been
important.
practicing the past couple days.
He's going to
Yeah.
play this week.
What I'm
Hassan
gonna
Reddick's not going to play this
okay,
week.
real quick on that. We will talk about that for a hot minute. What I am assuming is that they're get very very close to a deal, and it's going to be like announced here in like any day now. So that's why he's practicing. I really think that's why. Because he's been holding out for this long and hasn't gotten a contract, or he's kind of understood the fact that it's not going to be this year and he's going to play. But
I think he saw the CD Lamb contract and the Brandon Ayuk contract, and now the Bengals have a range, and they're trying to hit that range. And Jamar Chase is back down to earth. I think Jamar Chase was asking probably for around Justin Jefferson, and he saw Ayuk took I think it was like $5 million less per
I
year,
believe so.
and then CD
4 or
Lamb
5
pretty
million
much the
less.
exact same thing. So they're probably going to smash him pretty much into that range.
I did see a report, though, with Jamar Chase, though. He wants – so we know the Justin Jefferson contract. He wants a penny more. That's what I've been hearing. It's what the reports have been saying.
I love it.
Anymore.
I love it.
It
I
makes
love
sense because you know them at LSU. They're
That's
that
so
friendly
petty.
competition. So that's why I can, believe it. It makes sense. But any other – obviously, Hassan Reddick. John, do you want to get into any of that? Any updates you'd like to tell us?
I want to go off on him so badly because I've never hated a player so fast much as I have as him because, but to me, as much as I don't like him right now, it's clearly just clear miscommunication by the Jets front office, just clear in over their heads, don't know what they're doing. And you traded for him, only it was probably going to be a holdout. You're probably going to have to pay him.
Do you guys have a
Yes,
replacement?
we have.
Because you guys are tough.
We have a great defensive line. Obviously, the biggest thing is that this is going to be a lot more action for our first-round pick from last year, Will McDonald of Iowa State, who did not get much playing time last year. Obviously, we tried to clear space for him, letting Bryce Huff walk and trading away a long-time fixture in John Franklin Myers in that D-line. But he's the most important player on this Jets team on Monday because if the Jets cannot put pressure on Brock Purdy on Monday, there's going to be a lot of people clamoring, going after Joe Douglas's head, saying, why didn't you pay Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, you're not pressuring Brock Purdy with that offensive line. Trent Williams is back, baby.
Oh, he's back, but, you've got to find a way to make pressure. You don't win games if you don't pressure the quarterback.
It's very true.
And, to me, it's just, what are we doing? Joe Douglas, what are we doing right now? What are we doing? You traded for this guy, you give assets for him. He was brought in to be a big part of this defense in the future, and you can say whatever you want in the media about who's important, but the reality is it's a fumble situation, and you're getting ready to go into Monday, a pretty big game for this Jets season without one of your top players on paper. And whatever happens, there still is time before the game, but, you just got to look to life. You got to forget he's on the team now. You got to look to life without him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to shout out Commanders player Sam Cosmi. 4-year
He did
deal,
get signed.
right guard. He is the first Washington second-round pick to get an extension since, I think, 2012.
Wow.
Shout out to him.
That is
Jeez.
absolutely insane.
I'll have to search up that. I saw it
Some
on Instagram.
legendary
I think it was on
second-round picks.
Commanders. 1 year we had 3 second-round picks, and none of them got re-signed. Sua Cravens quit football. Ryan Anderson, who we don't talk about. Who else? Everyone in the Ron Rivera
Bryce
era.
Love, second-round pick?
No, he was like a 5th-round pick, and he got sent to the practice squad in his second year. I was so excited when we drafted Bryce Love. Speedy, elusive back, and then
So good
just
out of
didn't.
college.
We're clearing house on Ron Rivera.
So let's end it off here on the segment with a little pick'em. So we're going to go through every NFL game this week. Obviously, every team plays because it's week 1. We are recording on the day of Ravens-Chiefs. It has just been postponed until 8:40 this night. It is 8:12
Arrowhead got cleared
currently.
out. Arrowhead got cleared out completely from what I saw.
It's back.
It was
though.
bad there.
Mahomes just ran out a couple minutes ago. I did see it on Twitter.
Yeah, they're coming back.
But hey, football's back. There was a beautiful rainbow though, right outside the stadium. I really love that to kick off the season. My storyline. I have a storyline for each game I wrote down. Ravens going to Arrowhead against Super Bowl chance with a new running back, Derrick Henry. I think that's going to be a big storyline. But real quick, I will pick the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know how many F1 fans we're going to have listening right now, but Patrick Mahomes has reached, like, Max Verstappen territory. Whereas in, like...
I'd go more Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher. Like, you're betting, like... You're not betting against him until someone actually goes out there and beats him. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, taking the Chiefs. Not really much else has to be said. The Ravens looked really shaky in the playoffs last year. Obviously, this is different. The playoffs are a different beast than the regular season, but it's the Chiefs at home. Patrick Mahomes is good. Hollywood Brown is out tonight, which is a bit of an interesting developing story, but they still got good wide receivers. It's Mahomes and Kelsey. They're going to find a way. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
I will take the Ravens simply because I think you guys are underestimating Derrick Henry and Lamar combo. I think that is going to destroy the Chiefs' defense.
I will say I feel like people look at NFL games like Madden games, and they think they're just going to spam read option the entire time. That's not how football works.
No, play action,
But
man. You're not stopping. You're not stopping
dirty.
the West Coast play action with Derrick Henry and company.
I think an underrated part of having Derrick Henry as a back is his blocking. He's a force. If you think that dude runs people over in the open field, that dude can run someone over that's trying to tackle your quarterback. So he will honestly act as another lineman and play action passes. And Lamar is probably the fastest quarterback in the league.
Well, I see the biggest person to bring up. I think Zay Flowers must have a ridiculous game, and I think the loss of L'Jarius over the summer is going to be huge. I know they have, McDuffin?
Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, McDuffie. He's really good. But he was not versing the number 1 receivers last year. And I'm not saying he's going to be bad, but you know what I mean. Like, it's a big transition from going against wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I just think the Ravens are more well put together here. And they also have, Jalen Polk, too? And they got Mark Andrews.
Jalen Polk plays for the
Jalen Polk's
Patriots.
Patriot.
Who is the receiver they drafted? Didn't they draft a receiver?
drafted someone, you're right.
They always
took
draft a
somebody.
receiver.
I thought it was Jalen Polk.
No, they always
that's-
draft a
My
that's
mock
New
receiver.
draft. That
England.
was
That's New
definitely my
England.
mock draft.
Definitely.
Look at Ravens draft class.
Dom's looking up.
Let's
Let's go
pull this
now.
up. Let's
Draft
pull this up.
class.
I feel like they did draft
Thank
someone
you.
in that tier.
Thank you,
They did
thank
take
you,
somebody.
Google, for
They
helping
did.
us.
Yeah, Google's helping us. This is bad if we don't know any of the receivers.
Yeah.
They got Mark Andrews. Oh, Nelson Aguilar.
No, Gabe. Yeah,
My favorite about
definitely.
Nelson Aguilar is the video of
Are
the
you-
guy on the beach interviewing the girl. And he's
swear
like,
they
you know any
Gabe,
athletes?
are you
I know
getting
Nelson
the
Aguilar.
same thing that ESPN's like blocked?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah, Disney's having trouble.
All
with
right,
it.
forget the
Okay.
receivers, Gabe.
So
What are
it's
the
not just
cornerbacks
me.
that they took last
Rashad
season?
Bateman moves you. No, I'm joking. Corners.
Yeah.
They've always, they have a defensive-minded coach. This defense is going to be scary. They have that defensive end that I can't pronounce to save my life. I actually know a kid named Broderick Washington. What in the world?
Who was the first-round cornerback that they took last year? Was it Wiggins?
Yeah,
It
it was
was
Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins.
yes.
He did
Was-
great
okay.
preseason.
But they have Marlon Humphreys and all that. So we'll move on.
All right, yeah, let's go. Let's speed through the rest of these. Obviously, we want to talk about the first game. Let's just go around the table and say what teams we think are going to win. So we have the Friday game in Mexico. Packers-Eagles, who you got?
I'm so high on the Eagles this year. Give me the Eagles. I think they're going to be great this year.
I think I'm going Eagles, too.
The Brazil game, I'm gonna be bold and
Brazil.
Go. I was very confused. Give me the Packers.
Give me the Packers, too. Go, Pack, go. Devious
Wow.
Wicks, touchdown.
I would rather walk with my phone out in Brazil, so I'm going with than pick the Eagles. So I'm going with the Packers.
That's interesting. Saints-Panthers.
Oh,
That is a holy mid-off.
Give me the Panthers.
Give me the Saints.
Give me the Panthers.
Are you
Are
serious,
you
John?
serious?
Dave Nowis is a great coach. They got a much better weapons this year. They have Deontay Johnson now.
Wow.
Let him cook. Continue, John.
They have Deontay Johnson now. They have a much better head coach. And I'm sorry, this Saints team does not move me at all.
John, I like your decision. I'm also going to go with the Panthers because
Well,
they adjusted that offensive line. They're going to give Bryce Young time in the pocket. I love that decision. Chubba Hubba all the way. They are going to
Chubba
run
Hubba.
into the end zone, and they're going to get their first win. Panthers win.
Chuba Hubbard, by the way.
Chubba Hubba, keep on pounding.
Shut up.
So I'm gonna go with my slogan brothers. Who dat? Go Saints.
Saints.
Give me the Saints. It's not. I don't think it should be close.
I don't think it's a question.
Yeah, obviously Panthers run away with this one.
We got Vikings Giants up next. This is a bit of an interesting one. Personally, I'm gonna go with the Giants.
It's really tough. My storyline for this game was pretty interesting. Justin Jefferson welcomes Malik Neighbors to the league. I'm going to go with the Giants.
I would never take a team quarterback by Sam Darnold. Give me the Giants.
Going with the Giants. Vikings secondary looks awful.
Yeah, what is it? Those Centennial jerseys do not move me, but their midfield logo is pretty cool.
I will say this before you say your pick, and I'm probably pretty sure you're going to take the Vikings just to go different. But Daniel Jones is dating Kay Adams. That's it.
All right,
That's all I
I'm
have to
going to go with the Vikings because Myles Gaskin has the potential to be the kick returner. That's it.
I was just about to say that.
Yep. And water's wet. Patriots Bengals. You guys all know who I'm going with here. I'm going with the Bengals.
Bias.
This is like this is
That's
gonna be
really
like
not that
50-10 Bengals.
Bengals.
Don't say that because we're going to lose that.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
This is such an easy win for you guys. Bengals.
Yeah.
Yep, so easy
I
to
think
win.
Jacoby
Can't
Brissett is
choke
going to
this
go
one.
out there, throw 200 yards, absolutely dominate, and throw 3 interceptions. Go Bengals.
Bang. All right. I think I know what's coming for this one. Steelers Falcons.
Give me the Falcons.
I'm going to say Falcons too.
You know, watching the preseason, I'm going to have to go with the Falcons. I'm sorry.
This is
Wow.
gonna be
There's
a
no
fun.
bias. There's no bias.
This will
I
be a
have
fun
no
season.
hope. Their defense is too good. They have Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons now.
Matthew.
That's
Yeah.
a nasty
And Russell
safety duo.
Wilson
And
might not
Judon.
even be the starter.
Don't forget about one of the most underrated players in the entire NFL, AJ Terrell.
So all you got to do
Absolutely.
is basically cover Najee and Jalen Warren and then just put like cover 3 on George Pickens and they win.
We forgot to mention AJ Terrell also got paid.
Yes, he did.
That's right.
Rightfully so.
We didn't even mention Deion Jones, man.
Give me
my guy.
the flock. Give me the Falcons.
Flock up,
I think it's
baby.
gonna be a closer game than most people think. It's gonna be a fun game to watch. I think two teams with new quarterbacks.
Please
I'm
don't hype
taking,
me
I'm
up.
taking the
This
Falcons.
game's gonna be
you
terrible,
taking?
man.
Taking the
It's
Falcons.
gonna be terrible.
Yeah, everyone. It's a clean sweep.
Close game.
It's a clean
Yeah.
Falcons
This
sweep.
is gonna
Clean
be
Falcons
this is gonna be a
sweep.
3-15 loss. That's not even possible.
What
Wow.
a weird 15. What a weird score.
A sweep from the swoop. So we are going on to the next game. Texans Colts, which I think has the potential to be the game of the week.
I would say that for Packers Eagles, but I can see this one too. I can see this one.
I think this one's going to be close, but give me the Texans.
I think. Give me the Colts. I think the Texans are going to come out here and act like they're all tough.
Dude,
They're going to be a great team. No doubt. The Texans are going to be a great team. But I feel like they're in over their heads. They've got confidence through the roof. But I think they're going to get hit back to earth real quick, and then they're going to get their stuff together after this game.
I'm going Texans. I mean, let's chill out Anthony Richardson for a bit. I mean, he looked great last year, but obviously there was some room for improvement there. I think it's going to take a few games for him to truly hit his potential.
Lucas Oil Stadium is going to be rocking. AR-15 is my starting fantasy quarterback. Give me the Texans. Let's go.
Holy
Who's
Pat
that
McAfee.
coming
Let's
down
go.
the track?
Who's that coming down the track?
I'm going to have to go with Texans simply because that offense is dangerous with Joe Mixon.
Yes.
Daniil
Hey,
Hunter
has to
is
be
a
on
person.
Let's just say they're a danger on and off the field.
Let's just say Daniil Hunter's a person as well.
Yes. On to the next game. Cardinals, Bills. This has been a horrible offseason for the Bills. They lost so many people, and they have probably, if not, he's a top 3 quarterback. Josh Allen under the helm. It's hard to bet against Josh Allen. This week I'm taking the Cardinals.
I honestly think this game is going to be like an offensive shootout.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
really
like this
do
is going to
think.
be really great if you have any fantasy players playing this week for either of those teams.
I got Kyler.
Because both of the defenses suck. So I'm going to have to go with, I'm sorry, but I love the Bills. I'm going to have to go with them. Josh Allen, please.
Yeah.
You're better than Patrick Mahomes, please.
The Bills had a bad offseason, but honestly, I feel like losing Diggs wasn't as big a blow as most people think it was because he really didn't do much for them in the last couple weeks of last year. And year 2 of the Joe Brady system, it looked great when he took over last year. James Cook is going to run wild on this Cardinals defense. Give me the Bills.
This game is going to be closer than a lot of people may think. Browns and Bills Mafias are very close together. We are very tight fan bases. However, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, will start to be a duo that the league will need to look out for. Very close. Give me the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Bills, and I do agree with you, RJ. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think the only thing that really scares me, of course, Matt Milano, again, is on IR. He's out for the season. He is a big part. He is out. Tre'Davious White will be the same deal 3 weeks later. But right now, what scares me the most, and I hate to say it, because he didn't look bad.
White's not the Bills anymore. He's on.
Oh, sorry, yeah, he got
Rams.
cut. He got cut. But what scares me the most before T. Higgins trucked him, DeMar Hamlin is starting safety. Now, he's known as the 12th man. What an awesome nickname, I might add. The 12th man.
Yeah. Fire nickname.
But dude, when you start what was your 4-string safety last year at a starting safety position this year, it's like the Bucs starting Thanasis and Antetokounmpo at starting small forward.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
Don't
the feel
speak
to
that
it.
name around me. My coach drafted that player.
Yeah.
But despite that, I think I'm going to go with the Bills.
Fair enough. We've got 8 more games to get through. Let's just roll through them. We got the schedule. The people who made the schedule cooked for week 1. Titans, Bears. Me personally, I really like Brian Callahan. I love the hire, but I'm gonna have to go with the Bears with this one.
I'm just gonna go Bears. I mean, this is a coin flip game to me. I think Caleb Williams was really good. I think he's come out looking really good.
I love Tennessee's revamped defense. Give me the Titans.
I'm going to go with the Bears because I think Jalen Johnson does not get the respect he deserves half the time.
Unfortunately, there's not much of a case where I can say the Titans will win this one, even though I really want the Titans to win. I'm going to have to pick Cam's team, even though I really hate his team, the Bears.
It'll be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close no matter what. And another firecracker of a game after this. The Jaguars take on the Dolphins. Me personally, I love Trevor Lawrence as a player. Give me the Jags.
Ew, 2 mid-Florida teams. Give me the Jags. Dolphins don't move me at all.
Also going with the Jags, man. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to have hopefully a great debut for them.
The battle of the recently extended QBs is my storyline for this game. And, man, it's going to be a great game. However, Tua and Tyreek, they are just too powerful. Give me the Dolphins.
All right. Next game is Broncos-Seahawks. Another cookage game.
Seahawks. Enough said.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
I think Bo Nix is terrible at football. Give me the Seahawks. I think he's terrible at
I
football.
will take the Broncos. I'm going to say the rookie gets his win.
I like the pick. I love Bo Nix in this really weird offense, but I'm still going to take the Seahawks.
Let's mention the Seahawks' run defense is garbage.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
They
It
got
is really
Mike
bad.
McDonald.
We know that because we ran
They got
200
Mike
yards
McDonald.
on that.
That man's a defensive guru. He's going to fix our problems pretty quickly.
They also lost their entire safety core.
Oh, no. Jamal Adams moves you
Quandre
in the
Diggs
year
moves me.
2024?
I'm the
Quandre
best
Diggs
in the
moves me.
nation.
Oh, Jesus. The 12th man being Bo Nix's first start will be a very havoc environment. I think that'll get to him a little bit. Sean Payton Broncos do not move me. Give me Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
Starting rookie quarterbacks are 1, and I think it was 18 since 2002. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, RG3 is the only quarterback to do that.
Look at you sneaking in your
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so, because I remember Andrew Luck's first game. It was so hyped up for Colts fans, and he threw 3 interceptions.
All right, next game we have a division rivalry, and this is going to sound kind of funny when I'm about to say Raiders-Chargers. Minshew Mania, give me Raiders.
That's not as bold of a pick as I really think that is. The battle of Tom Telesco.
Yes, I was going to say.
Switching from the Chargers to the Raiders organization. I think this will be a very interesting game. I mean, it's Justin Herbert, man. It's Justin Herbert. He makes people into gods. Give me the Chargers.
This is a battle between the 2 teams that are going to finish up running up to Mahomes in the AFC West this year. Give me the Chargers. Their quarterback is way better. I think Jim Harbaugh's a pretty good coach.
Give me the Raiders. I feel like you underestimate the Minshew Mania. Not only that, but they have a great head coach now. So they're going to win. They have Zamir White.
I'm very moved by Zamir White. He's very good.
I'm still going to go with the Chargers, though I think it's going to be decently close.
Absolutely. I love Antonio Pierce, though. He's a great coach, though. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and 2 juggernauts going at each other right now. Cowboys-Browns. Me personally, I'm going with the Browns.
Give me the Browns. I mean, I'm a Washington fan. Yeah, duh.
I'm going to be a hater. Give me the Cowboys. It's a regular season. It's the regular season. I mean, they win games a lot in the regular season because they have a pretty good roster, and I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think just the Cowboys have better skill players in the end.
I think this could possibly be the game of the week if played correctly.
I'm with you on that.
And even though there are rivals, I'm going to have to take Cleveland. They're the more put together team here. And if Deshaun Watson comes out playing, I feel like he could win this game. Got a good receiving core. Jerome Ford's a promising back. Who does Dak have? CeeDee Lamb? All you got to do is cover CeeDee Lamb. That's it. And then that's the game.
If it was that easy, he would not have gotten paid that much.
John, if it was that easy, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have broke his leg last year, huh?
He didn't break his leg
Why
last
is my
year.
team catching
his
strays?
Achilles.
We're talking about
Whatever
the
he
Cowboys
broke,
and
he's
the
going to get.
Browns.
All right.
I don't know where that came from,
Did
but
we go Jets-Niners yet? I want to do
we
that.
did not.
It's the last game.
My
It's the
pick
last
is
game.
last, obviously, against my team. Let's take a travel back when San Fran traveled to play Cleveland.
Just say Browns.
Look what happened.
Cleveland
and our fan base will be rocking and having Tom Brady's first call against Dallas. The Browns defense was one of the best, if not the best defenses last year. And Deron Bland is out for the Cowboys. I really think that Cleveland is going to pull this out in a very, very close matchup. And we have Dustin Hopkins, a great kicker. Trust me, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you know why I hyped that up way too
And if
much.
you're a Washington
that
fan,
could've-
you know why I hate it.
Exactly.
That monologue could have been avoided entirely.
we
Let's
traded
go on to the next
kickers.
game.
We traded kickers. I have
Yeah,
Cade
that's
York
true.
now.
Yeah. Good luck
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, buddy.
Good luck.
All right, next game.
Next game, Commanders versus the Bucks. Talking about quarterbacks, I think Baker Mayfield's going to have a big year again this year. Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Exact same reason. Give me the Bucks.
Bucks because Emmanuel Forbes is guarding Mike Evans. I want that to sink in.
Thank God I am starting him in fantasy.
Yep.
Give me
Guess
Tampa
God.
Bay.
And guess who's guarding Chris Godwin? Benjamin St. Juice.
Yep, he's going to have 2 touchdowns.
And Ryan Stanstro is our best corner. And he's 5'9".
Yeah.
5'9".
Mike Sammer still?
Yeah, Mike.
All right,
Whatever,
we
the
got-
Michigan corner.
All right, we got 2 more games. Let's tail this off here. We've got the Matt Staffords. We've got the Rams taking on the Lions. I really don't think this needs to be talked about much. I'm going Lions.
Oh, I'm gonna make it longer. I'm going the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna be really good this year.
Even though I love
They're being slept on a lot.
I
love Detroit.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think this is a no-brainer.
This is a great Sunday Night Football matchup. Glad they put it in prime time. Give me the Lions.
Oh, y'all are haters on Matt Stafford. You're
mean,
just haters.
If you want the 50-cent boneless wings, if you do, I'm going with the Lions because I want those 50-cent boneless wings.
And the final game of this set will be John's favorite team, the Jets, taking on the 49ers. And just wait, hear me out on this take. I'm going to go with the Jets to win this game, and then they're going to lose to the Titans and the Patriots back-to-back weeks.
you know Jets football, my friend. You know
Damn
Jets
right
football.
I do.
J-E-T-S, Jets. Give me the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers
That's
is
how you
gonna.
know they're going to lose.
He's coming. He's
Oh,
gonna.
you guys are going to get smoked now.
He's gonna come out of the gates. This man has heard nothing but talk about him for the past 2 years. Hasn't had more than 4 snaps in the field to put up for it. He's coming out angry. He's had trouble in San Fran before. This is gonna be a big game for him. I think he's gonna take this Jets team to a win.
Is he going to be coming out with the American flag again? Yes or no?
I hope he does.
Okay, that's good.
It's San Fran in San Francisco. San Francisco's a dominant team with great weapons. I as much as I am a Jets believer, I've joined John's enthusiasm of the Jets. Really brightens up my day. Give me the 49ers.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Jets, too.
Yeah. Let's go.
I think.
Wow.
Well,
So
Wow, pro Jets pod.
if anybody, we don't condone betting, but if you are a betting man, hammer 49ers.
Yep.
Spread. I think that's a good place to end it off. Thank you guys. This was a bit of a long episode. We didn't intend on it, but we had a lot of good discourse in this episode. But we will talk to you guys next week after week 1 of NFL football this week. We are so back. We're going to be having regular episodes just like this one. We're going to have a bit of the same format. We'll throw in a little curveball there to you every once in a while. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys in week 5. Peace.
Enjoy the NFL.
Turn into Touchdown City tailgate.